Hello, I think my sound is all right. Last I checked. November 1st, 2021. I almost did a video yesterday, but I was afraid I'd scare you with my new haircut. Yes, it's true. I'm preparing to enter British politics. Now my hair is not red, but it was once. So why am I here? Most people just want a quickie because they like jewelry. Look at that beauty. It's even got markings in it. Yep. There's one there. And one there. It is a 9. It is gold looking. Looks pretty impressive, doesn't it? Bought it at an auction. It's 925. Gold plated. With CZs, I think. But it could be yours. So what's really going on? I thought about doing something about the news. And I take it as a word of encouragement that everything I suggest and recommend to somebody, all of you that pass through without saying anything or leaving a comment, who says a man can't change the world by sitting in a chair and looking out a window? Well, I'm glad for everybody. I see my ideas going out there, and good. So here's a quick little short story about my honeymoon in 1989. I was chatting with some of my online chatting friends, which I actually have a lot of friends. They find my stories interesting, so maybe you'll find this one interesting. I got married. Oh, somewhere along about 1988 or someone late in there. And this girl kept my interest for 25 years. You talk about a fiery relationship. She was trying to kill me and I knew it. That's why I don't have life insurance today. Well, anyway, they send us off from Kansas City to go directly into Mexico City. But we had to transfer somewhere. I don't remember where. I think it was Dallas or Houston or something. And I don't exactly remember how the story goes, because this is like, I don't know, 1989 January or something. But somehow, somewhere through all of that, we got on a plane where all the old planes from the 1950s end up, or back then, in Mexico. As we were with our propeller plane with about 89 people on board, some standing in the aisle. I believe these stories. I lived it. I had a cousin once. She was kind of a hippie. She was a few years older than me, but she was blood. And she talked about I guess for her it would have been in the late 60s, going through Mexico on one of them buses you see in the old movies where everybody's hanging on top, hanging off. Oh, like flying out of Afghanistan. And so as we were coming in to land, and the plane is shaking, and it's from 1950s, and at the time I was very impressionable. I thought I'd be an author or something. And just as we were beginning to descend, they passed out free beer. Yes, I said beer. For everyone, 1 can of beer. I knew I was going to die. We landed and everybody laughed and did the finer chug, and we got off the plane. We had to walk down, like in the old movies. And then we got on another little plane, and we flew into our destination. And from there, I'm keeping all destinations under the board. So when I get off, I haven't died. I had a beer a couple 3 hours earlier. And I got off the plane, and that air was so fresh, so warm, because we just come out of the Kansas City snowstorm. And then I have to do another thing where I think I'm going to die and get my head chopped off with a machete. I'm sure there was probably a better highway. But we took this road through the jungle. Yes, I remember this song. Riding through the jungle or something like that. And 40 minutes later, we come into this small fishing village. And there's not a single light on. And so she wants to go down to the beach. I want to go to the hotel. Well, we're walking down to the beach because we didn't go to the hotel first. I'm looking, and there's all these ditches on both sides of the road. I could just be put in there with one of them water lines and never heard from again. And it's all about life insurance. So then we go back. We haven't been there yet, but we go to the hotel. And I walk in, and there's no hot water. The only running water is cold seawater. And the only fresh drinking water is out of a 5-gallon jug there at the door. If you want to drink some water, you got to drink it there. I assume they had bottled water, but at that time, I didn't believe in it. And then I had to surrender my passport. What? I can't get out of here. Well, my passport. I think they're all playing a honeymoon joke on me. I don't know, or I was just totally freaking out. You ain't going anywhere till you pay your bill. I said, I've already paid in advance. Yeah, well, somebody may knock you in the head just to steal your passport. Well, the smart A student I am, I had already made photocopies of hers and mine passport. Of course, at the time I was wearing cargo pants, so nobody knew I had them. I don't know, I guess I could have got knocked in the head and they could have took that, and a bunch of immigrants could be crossing the border right now. That's my great-great-granddaddy. Well, anyway, woke up the next day, and she wanted to stop at the little local bag and chip candy bar thing, which I guess I wasn't a very good honeymoon groom. Is that what you call being groomed for your future submission? I wanted to go down to the, they had a little, I call it a little dock because I grew up in the Ozarks. We used to park bigger boats in our little cove than they did. But I'd always read Hemingway. And I wanted to see somebody bring in a marlin. So we go to this little restaurant, somebody's kitchen in the patio, and they live upstairs. And I have scrambled eggs, avocado, orange juice, really good coffee. I try to talk to the owner in Spanish, tell him how pleased I am and how I'm enjoying my vacation, and he breaks out in a Midwestern accent. How you doing? I'm from Olathe, Bob. So this all may have been a big joke on me. But you know me, I don't like surprises. So the next day we went down there, and while having the same breakfast we had the whole time I was there, I still make it to this day. They actually brought in a marlin. I mean, it was right within 15 feet of my breakfast table. Choice. I loved it. So I'm going to end with my second, third, fourth, fifth adventure. We went deep sea fishing. And somehow I knew there was going to be a storm because, you know, I speak a little. And I was listening to the radio there where the boat was getting ready to leave. And they recommended nobody leave. So naturally, the one I was on and the one, the other group that we had hooked up with, out we went. And I mean, the waves aren't like what you find at the Ozark Lakes when you're trying to miss a log floating down the river. I thought I was going to drown or have to do the belly float until the Mexican Coast Guard found me. Needless to say, without saying too much, we almost had a mutiny on decisions, but we finally got home. And so I went and took a cold saltwater shower. And well, I had a shot or two of that thing with the worm in the bottom of it. And we went to dinner. Best dinner I ever had.